Today I'm on a hike on the west coast of Skåne and Sweden, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my summer writing project and also celebrate solstice a little. So now I'm hiking out by Glumslövs backar, or hills of Glumslöv, I guess. So what I'm doing at the moment is that I'm walking down to the sea, and I'm gonna get on a path there at Skåneleden, which is like 5, I think, trails that runs through Skåne, which is where Malmö is, which is the southern Sweden. And yeah, the nature is pretty awesome around here. So like everywhere you go, or I guess anywhere you go, it's beautiful. I'm not quite sure where I'm heading, because it feels like I'm going down to the sea. There we are. Skåneleden. So to some of you it might feel a little bit strange that I can just walk around in nature like this, but in Sweden we have something called allemansrätten that makes it okay to walk almost anywhere in nature. So even if the land is owned by someone, you're allowed to walk in it as long as you don't destroy anything or disturb nature or the people living in the area. Also, some restrictions goes for if you're in a nature reserve, if that's what it's called, you're not allowed to put up your tent there. And then suddenly you find some llamas or something. This is pretty amazing. So here we got a pretty good view of the sea, and the island over there, it's called Ven, and this is one of the places where Tycho Brahe lived and had his observatory, one of the more famous astronomers. Beyond the island of Ven, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's Denmark. So Denmark is pretty close, on the just other side of the water. Suddenly you may think you're in Normandy, but actually the whole coast of Sweden, especially here towards Denmark, is filled with those bunkers as a defense during I'm not sure if they built them during the Second World War, or yeah, I mean, because the Germans were in Denmark, or the Nazis that is, and I guess, yeah, this was like the shortest way over, so you had to defend yourself somehow. Well, let's continue up. It's starting to get a little bit dark, or well, not really, but I'm thinking about finding a good spot to make camp.
I may or may not have slept on a golf course in lack of a better place to put up my tent.
It continued to be windy throughout the night, and it's still very windy. Okay, so while I'm in cover, I'll talk a little bit about my summer writing project. So 20 years ago I started on a sci-fi world, which I started to write a book in 4 years ago, I think. So it's a military sci-fi novel that takes place during the last days of humanity, when we are fighting a losing war. You get to follow one person who comes from a rebuilt Earth, even though most of humanity lives on other places in the solar system. And you follow that person through the military training and the realization of how bad the situation really is, and the mechanics and the philosophy of war, kind of. So while flipping through what I wrote last time, it's 80,000 words, which is actually, it is kind of a novel, almost 400 pages. And when I wrote it last time, I didn't really have like thought out language. I just wrote what I felt for to get on. But now I'm trying to adopt a specific style, and yeah, that is what I'm gonna do this summer. And the way I'm gonna try to do it is that I'm gonna go on those hikes and find nice spots to sit down on and write. And by doing that, I will have the possibility to spend time out in nature and get some alone time to write. And the goal is to be finished by the end of summer, which is a pretty tough goal, but this story, I've had it in me for a long time, and the last couple of years I've been thinking a lot about it, but like waiting for the right time to sit down with it again. So I'm really looking forward to spend some time on it, and we'll see what comes out in the other end. Okay, so this is where this hike ends. I've reached Landskrona, and actually the citadel in Landskrona, which was built by the Danes during the 1500 something, and then Sweden seized it during the war, when we got Skåne and the southern part of Sweden. So that hike was a few days ago, and since then there are some new subscribers, and one of them is from United Arab Emirates. Tarhibun to you, and everyone else too. I've also been to a wedding up north and to my parents' summer house, which is nice because I got to do a lot of summer activities, like barbecuing, going out with a boat, and watching a man ring some blackbirds that we had in a shed there. But doing all the fun stuff has kind of pushed forward my writing that I wanted to start last week, but I'm starting it this week. And then there are also some really great news that I can't tell you now, but I'm quite excited for it. Hopefully I can tell you about it in the next video. So yeah, we'll see if I can do that then. But that was all that I had for this week. So if you like this video and the beautiful nature of Skåne and Glumslöv, then please give me a thumb up. If you want to tell me anything, please comment. And if you want to continue to follow my journey in reaching my 4 creative goals, where the book is one of those creative goals, then please subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you soon.